And I really love the next report. It's Board Insights. You can filter here which boards you want to analyze first. It can be your own boards. Here they're called regular boards. So for your own boards, you need this tool to see which boards didn't get new pins for a long time. It's in this column. And you can, based on this, you can schedule some pins to keep all your boards fresh. I also like to analyze virality and engagement scores for my boards. If I see that some of my boards haven't been updated for a long time, and if I see that they have low scores, I will probably archive these boards for now. Why this happens, why I have so low scores and I don't update these boards. Sometimes it happens with seasonal boards. For example, my Christmas related board is archived right now and it's waiting for the season because I don't think that any one of my followers will enjoy Christmas pins in July, right? So if I try to keep this board fresh and add pins out of season, no one will engage with these pins and it will drag the overall board scores down. So I better keep it archived. Abandoned boards that you see here are a sign that I was trying to publish content on this topic a while ago, maybe a year ago. I had a couple of posts on this topic. I created a board, but since I lost interest to the topic, I also didn't update the board. Again, for such boards, I might consider archiving them, especially if they're outside of my main niche. In case of group boards, since you have very little control of their performance, you really want to analyze their engagement and virality scores carefully. And you want to see which group boards are doing well, and you really want to archive or even leave the group boards that have very low performance because you don't want their bad engagement scores to affect your account. So you need to filter to see just the group boards. I forgot to show you this. All right, so you're filtering just to see the group boards. And I know that many Tailwind users are very confused by virality and engagement terms. People just don't understand the difference between these two metrics. So let's read the definitions for each metric. The easiest way to learn how things work on Tailwind is by clicking on this question sign and searching for the term you don't understand. So let's look here. Virality score is measured as repins divided by pins. Now, engagement score can be found by taking the virality score divided by followers and then multiplied by 1000. So, engagement score involves the followers number. That's interesting, right? Compared to virality score. So when you analyze your own boards, let me just get back there. So I look at my own boards right now, and you will notice that virality and engagement are usually decreasing for boards in a linear manner. Look here, higher virality usually corresponds to higher engagement. That's because all your boards have approximately the same number of followers. Most of the people follow your entire account and not just a few boards. With group boards, it's not as simple as that. You will easily find group boards with very high virality scores and quite low engagement. This happens especially with group boards which have a high following. Like this group board, for example. It has over 100,000 followers. Let me just open so you can see. All right, so this high following drags the engagement score down, but does it mean that this group board is not efficient for me? No, I can tell you that I get a lot of repins to every pin, almost every pin that I publish to this specific group board. So let's think about it this way. If you filter by engagement score, you will definitely find on top the boards with lower following. So they're getting high engagement score not because they really have high engagement score, but they have very low following. And I can guarantee that your pins on these boards that seem to have high engagement score, they will not get even close visibility to a board that has over 100,000 followers. Also, just take a look at how close the engagement scores these numbers are from one board to another. Almost all the boards are staying between 0.2, 0.6 scores, okay? So why I'm spending so much time explaining this? That's because I want you to make your decisions about leaving or keeping group boards based on the metric that really can make the difference. And I showed you that in case of group boards, what makes the difference is the virality score and not the engagement score. All right? Let's move to the next report. It's Speed Inspector.